Hi, I'm Sylvanians and I make videos about Sylvanian families, also known as Calico critters. And today I will be unboxing this set, which is a fashion playset Dashing Dalmatian. This was first released in October 2024 into the Japanese range, but has recently had a UK release, and I think in other countries as well. He is exclusive to the official stores like the UK, France, and I think Germany have one. So not every country can get him, which is a shame. He is also a little expensive, so I'm hoping that this unboxing and review will help you to make a decision on if you want to buy him or not. So taking a look at the box, it is part of the Town series, which was first created in about 2017 and contains more elegant buildings and accessories than the regular series. It also includes a lot of the older brother and sister characters, of which this is one of them. So this is the Dalmatian older brother, and he has lots of fashion accessories in this set. We can see him in the coat and scarf down here, and the box itself is clearly Town series with the gold up here. Side is plain. On the back we have all of the pieces included and a little biography of John. It says, John the Dalmatian older brother is very stylish. Every day he polishes his favourite shoes until they shine. In his opinion, one must be stylish all the way down to their toes. When he's sipping tea at the open-air cafe, he sits slightly sideways in his chair, admiring his shiny shoes. I'm over here, teases Liam the yellow Labrador older brother from the other side of the table, so clearly he is very fashion focused. There's the regular information at the bottom. Nothing on this side, and this is item code 2249, and on the top it just has the name again. So let's get this opened. We've got instructions on how to put the shoes on. There's a nice backing card which looks like one of the Town series buildings. A little floor and a mirror, obviously for John to look at himself in his new outfits. And here are all the pieces. Okay, just bringing you down to get a better view. Let's start with John. So this Dalmatian family is really interesting. It's the third mould that Sylvanian Families has created and uses the same mould as the Labrador family, except obviously they are white with black spots instead. John is an older brother size, so he's a little bit taller than the child figures and a bit skinnier as well. It looks like he is white in the base layer and then black painted on. That is a bit rough. I find that lots of the figures where things are painted on tend to have this, and it's especially bad with the dark colours. I assume because they need to have quite a number of layers to build up that saturation. There is a little extra bit there. Yeah, you can just pull it off. But otherwise his flocking looks good. I like that this here is a solid colour, whereas the other one has patches, and his body is white as well. In terms of his outfit, this is two separate pieces. So he has some purple trousers on which have a seam down the front. That does look a little bit strange, but I guess kind of works. There's also a brown cummerbund which is attached to the trousers, and they do up with velcro at the back. They look very high-waisted from back here. His tail is the usual tail, so that can sort of poke out instead. And yeah, these front seams are just a bit odd. So let's take the trousers off because I want to see what his shirt looks like. So that is a kind of blue and grey don't know, damask pattern maybe. It looks like a long sleeve shirt, which is not seen that much. And then there's a gold bead just at the top rather than a tie. That does up with Velcro at the back as well. And yeah, the collar has left a small imprint, but not too bad. I will take this off because he has an alternative shirt. Ooh. But we can also see that unlike the previous Dalmatian families, he does not have any black spots on his body and it is solid white. I really liked the detail of having the spots on their body as well in previous families, so it's a shame that they didn't include that in this figure as well. So in terms of other outfits, we have this shirt. So this is a purple shirt. It looks like it's short sleeved and has a very faint little dot pattern all over. There is also a tie, or at least something to look like a tie. I think it's a thick ribbon or a double-sided ribbon that has just been sewn across the top to look like the knot. Let's put that on John, and no, I won't tuck this one in. Okay, so that also looks like it's long sleeved actually rather than short. The sleeves are quite tight, so it's a bit difficult to get it over his hands, which are wider than the rest of his arm, but I managed to get there. That does it with Velcro as well at the back. It does look kind of bulky with the trousers as well, but I suppose this type of Velcro is always going to be thicker. So there is outfit number 2, also quite smart and a bit more toned down than the other shirt. I should be able to tuck in the shirt as well. Yeah, though again, these trousers look very high-waisted now. John does come with some outerwear. So we have this black jacket, which has some maybe pink ribbon cuff details and a pink flower. I think it's going to be easier to see this on. So let's have a go at this. Okay, I think that's right. That was a little less difficult to put on, and I think the sleeves are wider. I really like the layering look and also the little flower on the lapel, though I feel like it should be a bit further forward. I'm not quite sure how to fix it though. There is a split in the back, which I guess would be for his tail, and the collar is like this. There aren't any fastenings at the front, but it gets quite close to being closed, just as is. Now, if it is a bit colder than this, then John might want to wear a coat, which we also have. So here is that, and it again follows a kind of blue and purple colour scheme seen in the other outfits. It is a lovely tartan print and feels quite soft. There's another V in the back here and a little collar as well. So let's try this on. Okay, there we go. The soft fabric that's used did mean that the hook part of the Velcro did catch on that a little bit, so you definitely have to be careful, but it looks really lovely. I think I would wear this coat actually. It's double-breasted with some little buttons on the front, nice collar going all the way around. That's split in the back again. He almost looks a little bit hunchbacked from all the layers. And it's just long enough to see his trousers at the bottom. Again, if it is even colder, then John can wear a scarf as well. So this is the same fabric. It's the kind of tricot that is used in the regular baby rompers. This is dark brown with some tassels at the end. I am just guessing that the scarf kind of wraps around like that. It doesn't seem quite long enough to kind of loop it over. Yeah, that looks kind of a stylish way of wearing it. Or we could tie it somehow. Not quite sure how they've managed it in the picture, but I'll have a play around. I think John looks very bundled up and warm. As well as the clothes, he also comes with some shoes. We have a pair of brown boots with moulded laces and black around the bottom that doesn't actually continue onto the soles. There's some gaps in the back, I assume, to make it easier to put these on. And there are also a pair of black brogues. These are really shiny. I assume to look like leather. Again, a brown underneath and inside. So let's try these ones on first. They should just slide on. Yeah. So there he is in the fancy shoes. They have a little bit of a heel, but he is able to stand up in them. But then as we've dressed John for winter, I think that he'll be wearing the boots. So the instructions on the box made me think this was going to be really difficult, but that was fine. And yeah, just have to tilt him ever so slightly to stand up, but otherwise looks good. The sun is playing about a little bit, so hopefully you can see. Those show the real colour in this sort of bright light. Maybe if I turn the camera you can see it a little bit better. So that is the Sylvanian Families Dashing Dalmatian Fashion Playset. On the positives, I really like that we've got an older brother figure for the Dalmatian family, as the older siblings are severely underutilised. The rest of his family has also been released in Japan, but I don't think internationally yet. I also really like the idea of fashion playsets, especially for the male figures. We've got lots for the older sisters, but not enough for the boys. And this playset shows that you can have fun with colour and texture in male clothing as well. The shoes are also a big plus. I like the boots as well as the shiny shoes. And even though I don't really make my Sylvanians wear shoes, it's fun to have nonetheless. Usually this set retails for $34.99. I actually got him on TikTok Shop through the official Sylvanian Families UK store for $31.99. I think there was some sort of coupon or discount going on, but that is quite expensive. All the official store exclusives are kind of expensive, but I do think that price is a bit much, even taking into account the official store premium. I like the variety of clothes, and you can create different styles for John, so here are a few different combinations. There are 2 shirts, 2 jackets, 2 pairs of shoes, but only 1 pair of trousers. And I think another pair, maybe in a dark brown or even a pattern, would have been a fun addition to this set to fully give a range of outfits. But I do like that you can still change his look, and I guess these clothes and accessories can be shared with the other Town series older brothers as well. I'm still pleased to have got this figure, especially because my lone black and white Dalmatian now has a family and is no longer a complete orphan. Even though they are from different releases, the little baby has been alone long enough. So let me know if you have this set or if you want it and what you think of it. I'm not entirely convinced by the higher price, but I am glad that John Dalmatian is now in my collection. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like Sylvanian Families content, then subscribe to my channel as I post videos every week about everything Sylvanian, including unboxings like this, as well as hauls and all the latest Sylvanian news.